Mic check. 1, 2. Echoey mic check. 1, 2. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another daily live stream. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully good. This squeaky chair is going to be the death of me. It's a pretty chilly day here in Chicago. I go for my walks in the morning now with like thermal stuff on because I'm just so cold in the morning when it's like 49 or 48. But it's nice to see everyone here today. Welcome to another accountability live stream. If you noticed, I added a new emoji, a fit check emoji. This was recommended from who I didn't see in here yet, but for people who are part of the Finally Fasting fam, you can use that little fit check emoji. It's just a picture of me as a little kid. And I was only able to do that because yesterday L donated 10 Finally Fasting memberships, which gave me the opportunity to add a new emoji. So thank you both for the donation and for the recommendation of what emoji I should put up there. Anyway, before I continue, let me say hi to everyone in here. Thanks for being here today for another accountability live stream. For the good, peace to all. Babita, Maggie May, who else is in here? Happy Bunny, Eric, Shauna, Elmadas, Miss Peaceful One, Randall, hello, Mrs. Angeles, nice to see you. Aisha, how's it going? Andre is here as well. Andre, nice to see you as always. Cap Rising, hello. Tanya, hello. Patty, who says happy Canadian Thanksgiving. I was just coaching someone prior to this live stream who is from Canada and was just talking to me about Canadian Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow. Am I correct? I believe. Who else is in here? Lynn, Patty, Wanda. Oh my goodness. I even have to put Wanda up here. Hello, everyone. I finally made it back. Wanda, it's so nice to have you here. I haven't seen you in a while. I always feel bad because I'm not able to stream as late as I typically have been. So it's nice to see you. Welcome. Ronnie, how's it going? Nicole, hello. Jan from Facebook, nice to see you. Hello from the Philippines over there, Jan. Juyon, nice to see you as well. Hello. Jennifer, how's it going? Blessed life, nice to see you. Patricia, hello. Afia, hello. Nice to see all of you. Welcome. So let's get this started. What is an accountability live stream? It's a place where I share my accountability. It's a place where I show all of you how my journey is going. I'm currently 707 days into my journey. I'm 101 weeks into my journey. I've been doing this for a long time. I share with you what my weight is at, what my fasting regimen is at, or what it's like, what I eat, how I exercise, how I'm feeling emotionally. And this accountability live stream is also for you to do the same, to share how you're doing, how your fasts are going, how your eating's going, if you're struggling. When I do this, as I've been doing this for 707 days, it's not like every day has been sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops, or however the lyrics go for that. But it's been 707 days of imperfect consistency, a mix of good days and bad days. And when I do these live streams, I'm not just here sharing all the good days, sharing only the amazing moments. I also share when I struggle, when I'm having a hard time, when I have some dips, hurdles, obstacles in my way, and how I'm trying to push forward from that. Today's topic of the live stream is called Failing Forward. Failing forward, encouraging growth by failing forward. How to find fasting success and weight loss success by failing forward. We'll get into that. I actually have little slides to talk about that. But one of the reasons that I'm so successful today, one of the reasons I've been able to keep the weight off and continue almost 2 years later is because I continue to quote unquote fail. But when I fail, I don't pack my things up and go. When I fail, I don't just say, well, so much for that, start tomorrow. Instead, I tack on another day, day 703, 704, 707. I don't start over. I don't wait till Monday. I don't know how many of you are in here waiting till Monday, waiting for Monday. But my hope is, as I've been doing these live streams now daily, that many of us aren't starting over, that there are no more day number ones. There are no more restarts. Instead, we learn to fail forward, we learn to grow, and we push on. So I'm going to be sharing my accountability, but I'm going to take some time and see how everyone else is doing as well. For the Good says, plan to water fast today, but I ended up making it a juice fasting day. I love how flexible fasting is. And that's exactly right. Hold on, I need to change. I don't know why it switches to that other design. This is the beauty when it comes to fasting. There are so many ways to go about this. So for the Good says, plan to water fast, but ended up making it a juice fasting day instead. I love how flexible fasting is. I finished my juice fast and officially hit the timer for a 24-hour dry fast tomorrow. And there's another variation of a fast. Now, there might be some people in here who are like, but a juice fast doesn't count. To who? To you? That's fine. No one's asking you or telling you to do it. The entire point of fasting is taking time away from food, taking time away from calories. And even though juice might be a modified version of a fast, doesn't mean that it can't be effective. If it puts you in a caloric deficit, if it stops you from eating ultra processed foods, if it helps prolong that caloric deficit to get weight off of the scale, use it. It's a tool that you use. That's why we shouldn't be dead set on only fasting a certain way, only eating a certain way, only exercising a certain way, because when you start being that rigid about things, that's when issues develop. That's when you're restricting yourself too much that you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then what happens? You throw the day away. You start over. You wait till Monday. You think of any excuse because you are only stuck in one mindset. This is the only way to fast. So if I don't do it this way, then what's the point? And then when you say that to yourself, what does that look like? Now you're going to eat everything. Now you're not going to hit a timer. Now you're not going to be accountable. Now you're not going to get your steps in. You're not going to lift weights. You're not going to take care of yourself. You put yourself in this endless loop, this cycle of ridiculousness. I mean, that's literally how my life was for so long, just doing the same things over and over and over. Why? Because I wasn't learning, because I couldn't accept failure. I could not accept failure. And because of that, I did not give myself an opportunity to learn. So for the Good, thank you for sharing with us. Congrats on getting through another fast, hitting your timer, and good luck on your dry fast. Please keep us posted. Keep us posted. And I can't even go through the other chats right now because Wanda just donated a huge, huge donation. Wanda, it feels like our regular Sundays. Wanda just donated a $20 donation, a $20 super chat. Thank you for the generous donation. Wanda says, finally caught a live, had a wine and cheese party yesterday. This is what I love about Wanda. When Wanda is on here, Wanda shares regardless of the good or the bad and doesn't treat it as it has to be perfect in this way. 25 hours fasted into a 42-hour fast, only added on 3 pounds. I'm doing aerobics while I'm watching tonight. Thank you for all of your accountability videos. You're very welcome. And I'm glad that it's helpful for you. I'm glad that it's motivating for you to also realize, yeah, I can go have a party and I can eat and I can drink, but I can also get back into another fast. And just like Wanda shares here, is back into a fast over 24 hours. Only put on a certain amount of weight, maybe even control the way Wanda ate and drank, and is currently working on her exercise lever, doing aerobics as well, being accountable, sharing, being transparent about what she's doing. Wanda, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate the support as always. It's nice to have you back here on a Sunday. Ingrid with a $7 Canadian. Ingrid, hello. Thank you for the super chat. Ingrid, it's been a minute. Nice to see you. Ingrid says, hello, I'm 24 hours into a 100-hour fast, 180 pounds today. My starting weight was 222 pounds last April. Congrats. I'm trying to do the math in my head. That's 40 plus pounds. Congrats on dropping that weight and keeping it off. Good luck to you on your 100-hour fast. So that you're 24 hours in. So what? Another 3 days, you'll be breaking on Wednesday night? Am I doing the math right on that? Ingrid, thank you for the $7 super chat. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Good luck to you as well on your 100-hour fast, and congrats on dropping so much weight. How long have you kept it off now? What is the end goal here? Let me know. Keep me posted. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Ingrid. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up here. I'm going to try to read through others as well and see how everyone's doing. Happy Bunny says, I made it to day 15 and it wasn't terrible. I love to see that, Happy Bunny. For people who don't know, Happy Bunny has been pretty much showing up every day and sharing their journey and having some days where they're not the best and maybe even doubting themselves. But also, as I read through their messages, I'm also starting to see glimpses of imperfect consistency. So after the live yesterday, I made a chicken broth and vegetable burgers for the freezer. Today, went to the gym for a free session with a trainer. Trainer started asking me about my diet. I was feeling a little too seen. I get that. I totally understand that. I didn't let the awkwardness spiral though. Came back, made a wrap with a protein tortilla and tried lentil chips. I can't fast for long times, but thinking about fasting does help to get some space from eating. So not a big, grand, Instagrammable, glossy, perfect day. Listen, those glossy, Instagrammable days, I think is a lot of fluff from a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people don't show the reality of how life is, and you sharing this is exactly that. Proud of you for getting into the gym and talking to a trainer. And even though you felt a little uncomfortable about it, you did it and you still kept on and you still made good choices. Very mixed feelings, but still here. And I'll say this is perfect for tonight's live stream to talk about failing forward, because this is how you grow. You've gotten through that weird, awkward, got to talk to this trainer. And here's the thing, that trainer might not even be for you in the future, but maybe you'll learn a couple things as you maybe use them again, maybe not, but you did it. You tried something different. You broke the cycle of doing the same thing, which for many of us, the same thing is an all or nothing mindset. Jerome, what do you mean by an all or nothing mindset? I used to be the clear definition of all or nothing. I'm going to fast for 90 hours. And if I can't get to 90 hours, I can only get to 18 hours. Then at hour 18, I won't even hit my timer. And then I'm just going to say, well, forget it. Now I'm just going to order a bunch of food. I'm going to spend $100 on Grubhub and order the unhealthiest foods ever. And you know what? I'm also going to order $60 on Instacart, and I'm going to have them deliver a bunch of unhealthy groceries, a bunch of chips, a bunch of cookies, a bunch of candy bars. And then, you know what? I was thinking about going for a walk today, but who cares? Because now I'm just going to eat all day, not care about my money, and just lay on the couch and throw everything around and not care about anything. That's all or nothing. And that cycle used to repeat for me day after day after day, because then I would eat all those calories and stuff my face and then tell myself, as soon as I finish all of this food, even though I'm not hungry anymore and I'm going to stuff this food down my throat anyway, as soon as I finish it, I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start tomorrow. And then the next day would happen. I never learned from all those things that I did the night before because I'm living that all or nothing lifestyle. And then the next day I try to push really hard. And then guess what? At hour 21 or 23, or even at hour 38, I say, this isn't worth it. I do the same thing, spend about $100, if not more, throw everything out the window, and then say, okay, after I eat everything tonight, then I'm going to start tomorrow. Then I'm going to start tomorrow. Then I'm going to start tomorrow. Oh, you know what? It's Thursday. Might as well just let the whole weekend go by. Oh, you know what? It's already the 26th of the month. Might as well just start on the 1st of the month. Oh, you know what? It's already middle of October. Might as well just start after the holidays, at the beginning of the new year. That all or nothing lifestyle is going to bring you nowhere. It will continue to bring you nowhere. You have to learn from those mistakes. You have to fail forward and accept the fact that you will be imperfect. You have to accept the fact that you shouldn't be rigid on a certain way of fasting or eating. And I'm not saying that you can't fast hard or you can't eat the cleanest. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But you also have to give yourself grace in the moments that you're not able to do that. L gifted another membership. L, I was just talking about you earlier. I don't know if you were here. Maybe you weren't. L, because you gifted 10. Yesterday, L gifted 10 memberships. By the way, L, thank you for gifting another membership to somebody. If any of you recently got a membership, can we throw some F's up for L? If you are a Finally Fasting fam member, you get custom emoji. And actually, because L gifted 10 new memberships yesterday, they allowed me to add a new emoji, and I see L throwing it out there, which is the fit check emoji. L, thank you for the continued support. I appreciate you, L. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you so much. I'm going to scroll back up here. I'm going to read through a couple others, see how other people are doing. Elmadas. Hi, Elmadas. Hi, all. Unfortunately for me, it's too late. Oh, too late in the day. I know Elmadas is elsewhere there. So I want to say that all is well, even if I had too mad. And here is a great way to accept imperfection is, even though Elmadas maybe wanted to do an OMAD or push a longer fast, did a 2MAD and is okay with it. It was a good day and much less anxious. Have a good live, Jerome. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words, Almadas. Thank you for sharing with us what your journey continues to look like. Oh, how am I going to get through chat today when all of you guys are donating? GYSD, thank you for the $5 super chat. You didn't even say anything. GYSD, I appreciate your support. If you say something later, I will be sure to throw it up there. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up here, which I know is starting to get very long, and I don't know if I'm going to get all the way back up here, but I want to at least try to read through how people are doing. It's important to me. Mrs. Angeles says, hi, everyone. Day 14. This is what I love. This is when I see people say day 14, day 30, whatever. To me, it's reminding myself and all of you that you do not have to start on day one. You do not have to start over. All that you need to do is continue your journey, believe in failing forward, accepting imperfection, and just moving on with your journey. This is how you learn. This is how you grow. Mrs. Angela says, hello, everyone. Cheated heavy on Friday. And again, so much respect to you for being able to share something like this. On Saturday, I did OMAD, 46 carbs, 1,400 calories. So you got yourself back in check. You had a bad day on Friday. I don't know how bad you were beating yourself up on that day. Hopefully not too much. But instead of just saying, oh, I ate shitty on Friday, I'm also going to eat shitty on Saturday. I'm now going to eat shitty on Sunday. Look at this. Mrs. Angela says, on Saturday, I did OMAD, kept the calories at 1,400, currently 31 hours fasted. Congratulations. We'll break tomorrow at around 46 to 47 hours. Can't wait. I love that for you, Mrs. Angeles. Thank you for sharing that with us. Congrats on being 2 weeks into your journey at this point. Please keep us posted on what you're doing. Because I mean, even where Mrs. Angela started at 184 pounds, currently at 171.6. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is how you learn. We do not start over. We just continue on our journey. And oh my goodness, Afia, am I saying that right? Afia Abrafi or Ebony Muscle just donated $30. Goodness, Afia, thank you for such a huge donation. Afia with a $30 super chat says, new member here. And I only know this name because I just added your name to the intro on the live stream. I don't know if you purchased a membership or if somebody gifted you one, but your name is on the intro of this live stream. New member here. I've never bothered listening to the fasting police and used fasting aids to lose 10 pounds a month as a 54-year-old. I love that you keep it real. Thanks. You're very welcome. Again, what I try to promote to everyone here is fasting is great. And fasting has a ton of benefits, but fasting isn't this rigid, structured thing that has to be done in a certain way. Fasting is only a tool. It's only one of many tools. It's a very useful one for me. Fasting is what got me out of my all or nothing mentality, but it's also really put me in some weird, awkward places that has taken me other habits to break out of. I've worked really hard on a flexible mindset. I love that for you, Afia. I love that for you. And I really hope that's what people are realizing here too. I say this all the time, or at least more recently, no shame, no guilt, no embarrassment, no embarrassment. We shouldn't be in here feeling shameful or guilty about one bad day or the fact that we ate on a Saturday, but then still kept our Friday and Sunday clean. Or maybe you ate bad on Friday and Saturday, but Sunday you said, no, I'm not going to wait till Monday. I'm just going to get right back on it and push forward. Afia, thank you for sharing your story with us. Congrats on finding something that's continuing to work for you. I appreciate the huge donation. Hopefully you continue to stick around here and share your story with us. I'm sure you probably notice it with people in here. We're very supportive of each other. And it's nice to see new people come in here and share their story. So thank you for sharing. Okay. I'm scrolling back up and I'm trying to scroll back down here. Aisha. Hi, Aisha. I'm now over 48 hours fasted, down 2 pounds from yesterday. My morning weight was 188. I went on 2 outside walks before the nor'easter hit. It was raining on my second walk. My first walk took 30. Second walk took 25. Drank over 3 liters of water. Aisha getting the work in, still pushing the fasts down. If you don't know Aisha, a lot of people know Aisha for fasting for 50 days or over 7 weeks. So Aisha has a lot of experience when it comes to this. And I know that as Aisha's been sharing, Aisha's also working on her other weight loss levers. Also knows that it's more than just fasting. It's getting walks in. It's making sure the refeeds are clean. And not every single day is going to be perfect, but every day is progress. And I love to see it from everyone. So thank you for sharing, Aisha. Thank you so much. Eric says, my partner is about Jerome's height. On an hour walk to dim sum, she had just over 1,000 more steps than me. I was gutted. The benefits and negatives of being tall or short. I never thought about that. I probably do get more steps in, but being taller, you have a longer stride. So, yeah, you'll get less steps, but you get to walk further with less of a pace. Eric also says, I was up 2.7 kg this morning. I ate way too much, but I think a mental thing, but I think, or I'm guessing this means I ate way too much. I think it's a mental thing, as I'll be facilitating a 5-day workshop this week and fasting during it to help with IBS issues. Eating a kilo of 80/20 hamburger didn't help the scale this morning. My guess is it didn't, but also at the same time, you also know that you didn't put 2.7 kg in a matter of a day. I'm sure it's a combination of water weight, and I'll be going through a lot of that as well. Thank you for sharing with us. But, I mean, even as I read this, you know that it's a mental thing. And you know that these are things that you eventually have to come to terms with. On, do I always need to handle these situations with food? I mean, I think for many of us, we use food to cope. Food is the easy coping mechanism. Why? Because in some ways it can be cheap, it can be convenient, it can give you the quickest dopamine hit than many other things. It's an easy way to forget, it's an easy way to push things aside. It's an easy thing to do in secret. And it's something that I say with so much truth because that's what it was for me. And I'm not saying that I'm completely cured of it. I believe it's still something that I do from time to time. I don't know if it's something that will ever completely go away, but I feel like I manage it a lot better today than I have in the past. So thank you for sharing with us, Eric. And I know that you're still hitting your timer. I see you posting every day, posting comments and sharing where you're at and how your journey's going. So thank you for sharing with us. Miss Peaceful One says, I'm almost 48 hours fasted. Congrats, Miss Peaceful One. I mean, I feel like for Miss Peaceful One at this point, it's just automatic. So I love that for you. Maggie says, tried getting on my elliptical while I was doing laundry today. It's been a while since I used it. I could only do a minute before I had to rest. And Maggie, I don't know how often you are doing cardio, but like even for an elliptical, I'm not the best at elliptical either. It's not my favorite thing, but this is you doing something different. This is you working on another lever. Maggie's usually in here sharing about what their fasting protocol is or how their weight on the scale is, but maybe Maggie's at a place now where it's like, yeah, maybe it is time to start working on something different. Or maybe Maggie does more walking and decided to just hop on the elliptical because why not? And to even be tired in a minute, if anything, that's just the starting point. Because who knows if you start using that regularly, what that's going to look like a month from now if you put the consistency in. And again, it doesn't have to be day in and day out type consistency. It just means maybe hopping on it every once in a while and letting us know where you're at. So thank you for sharing, Maggie. Did somebody just Uncle Reggie just gifted another 5 memberships. I was like, of course, it's Uncle Reggie. Uncle Reggie has donated a ton of memberships as well as Elle has. Uncle Reggie, thank you for gifting 5 more memberships. if any of you just got gifted a membership, you'll have a badge next to your name. You'll get to use custom emoji. Can we throw some F's up for Uncle Reggie? Also, if you did get a membership just now, please thank Uncle Reggie. I mean, it's either Uncle Reggie or it's L. I mean, Cap Rising also donated not too long ago. So there's a ton of gifted memberships going out. Uncle Reggie, thank you for the support as always. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you, Uncle Reggie. Nice to see you. I'm scrolling back up here trying to read other chat. I will not be able to get through everything today. I know that for sure, but I will try to read. My goodness. Yes, Uncle Reggie did it again. Uncle Reggie gifted another 5. Uncle Reggie has gifted 10 today. Uncle Reggie, thank you for gifting another 5. Please give some thanks to Uncle Reggie. Throw some F's up for Uncle Reggie or throw the clock up for Uncle Reggie. Uncle Reggie, thank you so much for the 10 gifted donations. I appreciate you. And I'm sure other people appreciate the gifted membership as well. Thank you again. Thank you again. Okay, let me scroll down here and see if I can try to read a couple more. Jan from the Philippines says, good morning. I'm now on my 33-hour fast. Congrats, Jan. I'm being 33 hours in, hoping to do longer fasts. Wish me luck. I give you all the luck. I'm sure other people are doing the same as well. Congrats, Jan. I'm being 33 hours in. I love that for you. I love that for you. Okay, let me scroll down here. Race car. Hi, race car. 14 hours into my first 36 hours. Just water and a few black coffees. Is the coffee okay? Of course it's okay. Here's the thing about coffee or a 0-calorie drink or an unsweetened tea or a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero or a Diet Dr. Pepper. It's 0 calories. If it helps prolong your fast, go for it. If it takes a few black coffees, go for it. I've had this conversation with many people. If you end up drinking 10 Coke Zeros in a day, yes, that's a lot of Coke Zeros. It's a lot. My question for people who drink that many is, are you still at least drinking water? Because sometimes people don't. And I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't, but this is the way I look at it. If you had to drink 10 Coke Zeros or drink 2 black iced coffees to get through your fast, would you rather do that at hour 18 when you feel like you're going to break, or would you rather break with 3,000 calories, or would you stay at the 0-calorie drink? Because the way I see it is, if it takes 5 Coke Zeros, but you're able to get through the day and not break, then you're putting yourself at a big enough caloric deficit that you can make it through the next day. Now, here's the thing. It also doesn't mean that you have to drink 5 Coke Zeros for the rest of your life. That's the only way that is going to get you through it. But if you need to get weight off of the scale, if you need to lose excess body fat, do it. And then if you drink 5 of those and you still can't get past it, and you've tried electrolytes and you've tried something like bone broth, then it's time to break your fast. No shame, no embarrassment, no guilt. Keep pushing on. Congrats, race car, on being 14 hours in. Listen, do what works for you. It also doesn't mean that if you don't want to have coffee in the future, that you have to have it every day now. Just because somebody drinks a Diet Coke one day doesn't mean that they have to drink it tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day. You can control that. It's up to you. Practice imperfect consistency. Thank you for sharing with us, race car. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Patricia says, struggling lately, planning a fast day tomorrow. Patricia, I'm sorry that you're struggling, but also at the same time, I think what's really important is, while you might be struggling, are you struggling fasting? Are you struggling emotionally? Are you struggling because you're overeating? Remember, you have many other tools in your tool belt. This isn't just about fasting. It's about the way you eat. It's about keeping your refeed time short, if that's helpful for you. It's about getting your steps in. It's about lifting weights or doing body weights or doing core exercises or playing a sport. It's about getting good sleep at night. It's about fixing the emotional part. Why am I emotionally eating? Why am I eating out of boredom? Why am I eating out of comfort? Why am I eating when somebody upsets me? Why am I eating when somebody says something I don't like? And if the response when I say something like that, and this isn't to you, Patricia, but to anyone here, when they say, but getting my steps in isn't worth it if I'm just going to eat. Going to the gym to lift weights isn't worth it if I don't fast for as long as I thought I would. Why does my sleep matter if I'm not even fasting for as long or eating? Get that all or nothing mindset out of your head. That's the issue. Because if you are all or nothing and you are always finding yourself in the nothing part when you're trying the all part, you're not learning. You will not grow if you just keep doing the same things over and over and over. And here's the thing, right? They say this about insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And if you're stuck in that all or nothing cycle and you just keep doing the same shit over and over and you keep destroying your body over and over and over, it's time. It's time to do something different. It's time to change. Easier said than done. Trust me, you're talking to somebody who took over 40 years doing almost the same thing over and over and over to finally break out of that. But I didn't break out of it overnight. It's taken time. I've continued to learn from what I'm doing. And I know that you can do that too. I know you can do that too. Shauna says, hello, everyone. I refed yesterday, up 4.4 pounds, but had 165 grams of protein. Getting the protein in. There you go. It was clean too. Hit the timer. So strength trained hard, walked today, feeling great. 22 hours fasted now. You and I, Shauna, are pretty much in the same place. Where am I at fasted wise? I'm not 22, but I'm currently 20 hours as well. I ate yesterday. I actually overate yesterday, but I got a lot of protein in this morning. I lifted heavy just like Shauna did, and I'm continuing about my day. I'm not starting over. I'm not waiting till Monday. I'm not saying, well, I ate too much on Saturday, so I might as well eat everything on Sunday and start on Monday. No, there's none of that anymore. I continue to have a plan. I continue to build on my routine. Thank you for sharing with us, Shauna. Jennifer says, my weight loss support buddies go quiet when they're struggling. I told them about your imperfect consistency and they were still quiet. Meanwhile, I'm back to OMAD and down 8 pounds. Jennifer, congrats on getting back to OMAD and being down 8 pounds. This is the hard part. When people struggle, and I'll say this again, it is easy. It's easy when you're doing well. It's easy to talk about your accomplishments when you're doing well. Hey, Jerome, I fasted for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, a week. Jerome, I got my 10,000 steps in, my 20,000 steps in. Jerome, I did this, I did that. I love that for you. Kudos to you, respect to you for doing that. But it's another thing when you are struggling. Because when we struggle, we want to hide, we want to run away, we do not want to be accountable. And what ends up happening when we do that, it just doesn't become 1 day. It becomes 2 days, it becomes 5 days, it becomes a week. For me, it became 2+ years. You don't believe me? Go back to around June of 2021 on my YouTube channel. You will see my last video around June of 2021, or maybe it was May or April of 2021. And I was gone for over 2 years. And I gained all the weight back in a matter of, I don't even know exactly, but I would say in a matter of months, maybe 6 weeks. I have no idea. That's how bad it got. And I left for 2+ years because I was in that same place. I I went quiet. I didn't want to show up. I didn't want to be accountable. Why do you think I'm doing these daily live streams now? Why do you think I show up every day? Why do you think I show you when I eat even 7,000 calories, when I eat 9,000 calories? Why do I show you when I'm 6 pounds up in weight and feeling bloated? Why do I do that? Because that's how important accountability is. That's how important pushing forward is and still showing up for yourself, even if you're not feeling it. How many times have I come on here where I'm like, I'm tired today. I don't really want to do this, but I do it anyway because it's important for me to be accountable because I know other people find that helpful for them too. Because they're like, if Jerome can do it, I can do it too. And I'm not here as like some superhero. I'm not. I'm just an average middle aged man who has been able to lose this weight and keep it off. Why? Because I continue to be accountable and I continue to show up and I continue to be honest. Because I've realized that when I hide, when I keep it a secret, why do you think I film everything I eat and show you everything I eat? I have the video of my refeed yesterday and I share that because it's important. Because if I hide it, it's so easy to hide. Well, nobody's going to know I'm going to eat this candy bar. So what does it matter? Nobody's going to know that I ate a sleeve of cookies. So what does it matter? It's so easy to hide because nobody has to know. It's so easy when you have no one to be accountable to or for. And that's why I always talk about the importance of accountability. Thank you for sharing with us, Jennifer. Congrats on being down 8 pounds. GYSD donated another $10. GYSD, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you so much. GYSD Better says, figuring out super chat. It looks like you figured it out. I just wanted to let you know about adding superfood nutritional yeast to beloved Brussels sprouts. The extra protein amino acids are perfect for you. I will look into that. I know people who have used nutritional yeast on popcorn and swear by it. And not even for like the health benefits, but just because it tastes good. I've never tried that before. So adding it into Brussels sprouts, I'll look into it. Thank you for sharing that, GYSD. How about other people in chat? Have you used this? Is this a good food hack? GYSD, thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you so much for the $10 donation and the other $5 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let me get back to, oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm going to get through all the chat, everyone. I mean, I love that people are here and sharing, but it's already 45 minutes and I have not shared my journey yet. Listen, if you have things to share, you can re-ask them or you can say it again in chat. And as I'm going through my nerd stats, I will try to bring up what I can. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing with us. So let me break into my nerd stats because I will not be able to get through this live stream if I don't start talking about nerd stats on here. So today is Sunday, October 12th. Today is day 707 of my journey. I've been at it now for 101 weeks. Has it been perfect? No, you know that. It's a combination of good days and bad days. Yes, the good days have outweighed the bad days. Think about where you would be today if you had just started with me on my journey. If you said, okay, I'll be in it with you, Jerome. I won't push super hard every day, but I'll practice imperfect consistency. Think about what that might look like for you. 101 weeks of imperfect consistency. If you told yourself, I'm just going to lose half a pound a week for the next 100+ weeks, you'd be 50 pounds down. 1 pound a week, you'd be down over 100 pounds for people who need to lose that much weight. And I know there are people here who are like, I could lose half a pound a week. Could you? Is it that easy? Yeah, Jerome, I could probably lose 20 pounds super quick. Could you? Could you do it imperfectly consistent for 20 plus weeks, 40 plus weeks? Could you do it without starting over? Could you do it while going on a weekend trip or going on vacation and realizing you're going to have some bad days, but continue to show up? Could you keep that pace of half a pound a week lost or a pound a week lost? Because if you could lose 20 pounds in a short amount of time, I'm sure that it could average itself out if you just continue to show up for yourself. When I talk about failing forward, I made this like small presentation and I tried to say it as easily as I could. If you can't accept failure, you can't grow. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. If you can't accept failure, you won't grow because you're stuck in a loop. What do I mean by not accepting failure? Oh, I didn't fast this long, so what's the point? I'm just going to try again tomorrow or after the weekend ends. And then when you do that, what do you learn? You learn how to give up. You learn how to just turn away from things. You learn to turn back from your mistakes. So if you can't accept failure, you can't grow. You won't grow. If you can't accept failure, you're missing out on what failure is actually doing for you. It exposes your weak points. It exposes your bad habits. You've heard me say this a lot lately. You are the person you are today because of your habits. You are the person you are today based on what you do on a daily basis. And only you can change what your habits look like. I am always pushing for practicing good, healthy habits, and starting to eliminate or minimize the bad, toxic habits. It does not change overnight. It can never change overnight. Some things can. They might be, you can do hard, amazing things, but will it be sustainable? Or is it the all or nothing mentality for you? Because sometimes for me, I think of, well, I can push hard. I know what I'm capable of. Nobody doubts that. Nobody doubts the amazing things that you can do. All I'm saying is it's good to be in the all side of all or nothing. It's good to be there. But the nothing side, that's the part you have to give up. You do not have to start over. You do not have to say, well, the rest of the day is shot. Nothing else matters. Learn what your weak points are. Learn from your bad habits. If you can't accept failure, you never get to see those real lessons in life. And you stay stuck repeating those same patterns. How can I say this? When I would binge and I would say, well, I couldn't fast this long, so now I'm just going to spend $100 on DoorDash or Grubhub. And then I would eat all that food. And then at 11:59 p.m., and I've shared this story before, I would close my eyes and I would be like, okay, it's going to be midnight. I ate everything. I'm so full and it's going to be perfect because now I'm going to fast. And then I open my eyes. I look at my phone. It says it's 12 o'clock. And then I'm like, okay, now we go. Now we start. But what really happened during that time? During the time I binged and spent a ton of money and pretended it didn't happen, I learned nothing from that except, oh, the only thing I know how to do is the hard thing over and over and over and over. There's nothing wrong with pushing hard. I will preach for that all day, every day. You want to fast long? You want to fast hard? Do it. You want to eat clean? You want to get your steps in? You want to run a marathon? Go do it. Do it. You should. We're capable of doing amazing things. But when you are cycling and you are falling off and you are finding yourself hurting yourself, and you're doing that cycle over and over and over, you're stuck repeating that same pattern. Failing forward is an opportunity for you to turn failure into forward movement, is to fail forward, is to learn from your mistakes. You broke early, you didn't fast for as long, think about what triggered it. Instead of just saying, well, I'm just going to start tomorrow. Take some time and think about what got you to that point. Were you truly eating because you were hungry? Or were you eating because you were bored, sad, upset? Somebody hurt your feelings. Somebody texted you something you didn't want to see. It could be a number of things. But at least acknowledging it and being like, oh, this is what happens when X, Y, and Z happens. Did you overeat? Learn about that pattern. Learn about your environmental pattern. What do I mean by that? Sometimes when I overeat, when I think about my environment, it's usually because I just want to sit on the couch and zone out watching something dumb. I like that feeling. I can admit to that. It's what happens to me a lot. Sometimes it's just the fact that I like what shitty food tastes like and I want that dopamine hit. That's me coming to terms with that. The thing is, it doesn't happen as often as it used to. And a big reason is because the things I eat today, because they're cleaner, but they're more nutrition dense. So I believe it gives me more satiety, but I also enjoy what I eat. I enjoy eating those specific foods. And because I enjoy it, and I'm not just eating bland foods that taste like garbage, it makes me want to come back to it. Failure becomes data. Data becomes a guide point. And you know I'm full of data. I've realized that, okay, I can fast for long and I can eat 6,000 calories, 7,000 calories, and I'll enjoy everything I've eaten and I'll continue to lose weight. But I've also realized that it is a very all or nothing side of me, that I can't do that forever because I don't want to keep fasting for 4 days over and over and over. Yes, I'm capable of doing it, but I also know it's not something that I want to do forever. I don't mind doing it from time to time. But I've had to learn from myself. I've had to learn about these things. It takes time to get to that point. It's not like I just went from 90-hour fast to alternate day fasts. I've had to ease into it. And I've had to learn a lot about my diet to really fix that. I've had to learn a lot about lifting weights and being efficient at going to the gym. That doesn't happen overnight. That takes time doing this. I've also realized that building muscle takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. And it's not that everybody has to do that either. I just enjoy it, but it's become a hobby and I love doing it. Failing forward is, it's okay to fail. That's how we grow. That's how we learn from ourselves. The last 81 days, I have done pretty much imperfect consistency. This is a mix of ADF, eating every other day, fasting every other day. This is me eating 8,000 calories, 5,000 calories. This is me going on vacation and still eating whatever I want, but also having some fasted days. Imperfect consistency, the way I look at it is you have so many tools that you can use. You can fast for shorter amount of time, you can fast for long periods of time, and then you can take advantage of the benefits of both. If you can fast for a long period of time, it gives you the opportunity to eat more. It gives you the opportunity to maybe socialize and do things that maybe you wouldn't have done, because if you're only fasting for 23 hours, then you have to be a lot more strict about your diet. Otherwise, you'll gain weight. At the same time, eating for a shorter amount of time, fasting for less, it changes the way you eat. Okay, I can't eat as much, but can I still eat things that I enjoy? Well, how are you going to know until you try? I never thought I'd be in a place where I could control my calories somewhat. I'm not there just yet. It's still a very hard place for me to be in, but I know that every day that passes, I continue to get better at my diet. I continue to get better at fasting for a shorter amount of time and still have the tool of fasting long whenever I need to. I've realized that if I don't fast for a long amount of time and I eat more often, I get to take advantage of that at the gym and lift heavy, gaining muscle. Who doesn't want to do that when it increases their metabolism? So let's get into my refeed. And actually, I forgot to put the video on here. So last night, as I look for this video, last night was my refeed. I finished a 40, I don't know how long my fast was. I don't have that sheet up right now, but I finished a 40-ish hour fast yesterday. I think it was around 45 hours. And I refed yesterday, and my goal yesterday was to keep the calories under 3,000 and keep the protein over 190. So you're going to see me break with this turkey sausage. This turkey sausage it's one of my favorite things to eat right now. And like, I'm not really a big fan of turkey sausage, but this is turkey Italian sausage, and each sausage is only 130 calories versus 270 for the ones I typically eat. And I ate 4 of these. Each one had like 17 grams of 17 grams of protein. And I just ate this right away because my vegetables were still cooking. And then I had Brussels sprouts. You all know what my Brussels sprouts, or you know that it's my daily, or not my daily, my refeed favorite, my favorite vegetable to eat. I eat this all the time, pretty much every other day. You'll see me dipping it here in balsamic vinegar. I can't remember the last time I haven't had Brussels sprouts on my refeed. And then I had some roasted cauliflower and broccoli. This was pretty good as well. Olive oil, a bunch of seasonings. My Brussels sprouts are the same way. I'm actually getting hungry watching myself eat this last night. And remember, it was about a pound of Brussels sprouts and about a pound of broccoli and cauliflower. And then corn here. I put butter in it as well. So remember, I'm not just eating super clean. I'm eating a good mix of foods, but a lot of whole foods, especially at the beginning. I see Elle say boo turkey. It's good though. And then I actually also had salmon, mushroom, and stewed tomatoes. This is a pretty typical thing that I eat. There is a whole bed of white rice underneath. Really good. I really enjoyed it. Again, clean food here, seasoned really well. One of the reasons I love eating this. Now, okay, I got to pause here. I usually have bananas after, and you'll see me eat bananas with cottage cheese. I do not recommend this. I usually eat bananas by themselves, and lately I've been eating cottage cheese with pineapple, which I really like, and cottage cheese with blueberries. But for some reason, I'm like, let me try it with the bananas. It's not my favorite. I ate it though; it was still okay. But cottage cheese with bananas. And then after this, whenever it gets to the next scene here, This is dessert. I have been eating this for a while now, but this was actually a little different. So this is not a pumpkin one because I normally eat the pumpkin pie version. This is a combination of sugar-free Jello pudding, milk, and protein powder. And I actually added PB2, which is, I don't know if any of you know, I don't know if any of you know what PB2 is, but PB2 is like a peanut butter, a powdered peanut butter. It's less calories. So this had more of a peanut butter vanilla flavor, and I put a bunch of digestive tea biscuits, which is the crunchy cookie stuff on the top. And that was my refeed last night. Pretty clean for the most part. And if I had just stopped there, I would have been under 3,000 calories. But what ended up happening is I ended up eating more cookies. It's something that I did last refeed and is something that is now starting to look like a bad habit. But regardless of that, yesterday's refeed, oh, wrong slide. If you look at the very bottom there, the refeed was at 3,700 calories. Protein was very high at over 200 grams. And over my last 10 refeeds, it's been a mix. Some days over 5,000, some days under 3,000. My last 3 refeeds have been pretty similar at around 3,700. I'm actually okay with this. Yes, I didn't have to eat because I think I ended up eating 8 more digestive tea biscuits after. I sat in front of the TV and just started eating them. And I think after 8 more, I was like, okay, I'm good. It ended up pushing my calories up to 3,700 instead of under 3,000, but I still got my protein in. I'll call it a win. Could have it been better? Yes, absolutely. But it's still the hardest part of my journey. I don't have answers to why I eat that way sometimes, but I still look at it as, okay, you didn't eat 6,000 calories like you used to do. You didn't eat 7,000 calories like you used to do. So I'll take it. I'll take it. P Point asks, how much time is spent cooking and preparing all of this food? It takes some time. Sometimes with the Brussels sprouts, I will find them already cut. I do pay extra for that, which is annoying, but for me, the convenience is worth it. Cooking and preparing, I would say probably 45 minutes, maybe close to an hour sometimes. But this is the way I look at it too, P Point, is for me, I look at it as an opportunity to have activity in what I'm doing. It's an opportunity for me to burn calories instead of just ordering on Grubhub on my phone and having them deliver to me and not even knowing how many calories were in the shitty food I ate. So going to the grocery store, I walk everywhere, I carry the groceries home, I put them away, I cut veggies up, I wash dishes after. And yes, it's not for everyone. And yes, a lot of people don't want to do that. But I look at it as an opportunity for me to do something other than lay on the couch and just scroll through my phone and order something. So I look at it in a more opportunistic way, if that makes sense. There is a super chat, Mike, with a $10 super chat. Mike, it's nice to see you. Hello, hello. Mike is always continuing to support. Mike with a $10 super chat says, Jerome checking in. Thank you for checking in, Mike. Just finished a 68-hour fast, I'm guessing. You finished a 68-hour fast and then had a refeed for 2 hours. Did you say with my son pushing a 72? I'm not exactly sure what you're saying there, but congrats, Mike. 3 pounds up. I think you were trying to probably, I'm guessing you were trying to talk on your phone. Previously put back down to original weight, watching you. Mike, I don't know exactly what you're saying, but Mike, It sounds like you're doing well. It sounds like you're doing what you need to do. Mike, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. If you say something or add a little extra, I'll come back to it. But Mike, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Uncle Reggie, you are ridiculous. Uncle Reggie just gifted another 5 memberships. Can we throw some F's up, please, for Uncle Reggie? I don't know how many gifted memberships Uncle Reggie has given at this point. Probably over 30. I don't know. Uncle Reggie, thank you for the support. Thank you so much. For anybody who just got gifted a membership from Uncle Reggie, please give him a thanks. Throw an F up. Shoot him some love. Uncle Reggie, thank you for the support. I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I know there was another question here, and Jonathan says, why do you do such a large refeed? Seems like you could easily cut that in half, if that's what you meant by 1.2. I'm guessing that's what you meant. Here's the thing, Jonathan, is, and I've said this many times, for me, it is L. I'm trying to talk to Jonathan right now. Jonathan, I'm going to get back to you. L. Am I seeing this right? L gifted 5 memberships. Y'all, it's L and Uncle Reggie at it. L, thank you for gifting 5 memberships to everyone in chat. Can we please throw some F's up for L? If you don't want to throw the F up, we can throw the finally fasting one up here, the clock one, or you can even throw the fit check one, or whatever you want. They're all custom emojis. If you're a finally fasting member, you get these custom emojis. L, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. For anyone that just got gifted, can we please give some thanks to L or give some thanks to Uncle Reggie? Thank you both for the generous support. As always, you guys are insane. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Jonathan, let's go back to Jonathan. I do such a large refeed because I eat a lot. I eat in high volumes. I have a hard time when it comes to eating. I'm really good when it comes to fasting. Fasting comes easy to me. When you see me do this refeed, this is nothing. I'm actually still hungry after these refeeds. My refeeds used to be double this amount. I would eat 6,000, 7,000 calories instead of 3,000, 4,000 calories. So while it might be easy for you to cut this in half, it isn't for me. It is not for me. And all you have to do is take a look at my past refeeds and you'll see that this is nothing for me. And you're talking to someone who's 142, 144 pounds and 5'3". I'm a small guy. I'm a small person. And this is nothing for me. I could out-eat most of my friends, if not all of my friends. I could out-eat people who are probably twice my weight or over 6 foot something. That's just the way I eat. It's something that I'm trying to get better at. I know I don't have to eat that much, but that is why I eat the way I do. I don't have an answer for it. I do tell people I'm built differently. I also think I feel very lucky that I can fast for long periods of time because it's a way to offset that. But I also feel like I've evolved since then because I no longer fast for 90 hours. I mean, I can, but I purposely try to just fast every other day so that I can continue working on my refeed, on my diet. So that is why I do what I do. I don't really have a straight up answer for it. It's just how it is for me. So it is different for everyone. And this is also a reminder, when people see me eat or people see me fast, you don't have to fast for as long as I do. You don't have to eat as much as I do. You have to do what works for you. Mike says, sorry, Jerome, you're fine, Mike. Was just trying to say that I refed for 2 hours with my son. Hopefully it was a good refeed, Mike. I'm pushing another 72 and watching you while I'm walking for an hour. Let's go. I love that for you, Mike. See, here's Mike working on his fasting lever. Mike working on The diet, I mean, Mike and I talk quite a bit. So I know Mike is always trying to prioritize good foods first. Mike getting his walk in. I love that for you, Mike. Thank you for sharing with us. And again, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Okay. I'm going to continue on with my nerd stats here. So here are my last 10 refeed weights and my last, well, almost 10 fasted weights. You'll see after a refeed, I can put on 4, 6, 7, 8 pounds. Did I gain 4, 6, 7, 8 pounds after a refeed? No. How do I know this? Because if you look at what's highlighted in green, I'll also lose 4, 6 pounds after just a 24 plus hour fast. I didn't put on 4, 6 pounds of fat, and I didn't lose 4, 6 pounds of fat 24 plus hours fasted later. A lot of this is water weight, waste, glycogen, what have you. I don't know all the science behind it, but that is going to push itself up and down. It's also a reminder for anybody who's watching this. Don't worry about the scale so much. Don't worry about what the scale says. Of course, be mindful of the scale. Let it be guiding you. Hopefully, it guides you to create good, healthy habits. If you're stepping on the scale, you don't like what it says, and then you find yourself binging or going off the rails, then maybe the scale isn't right for you right now. Maybe it means you need to weigh less. Maybe it means to think about your non-scale victories instead of the scale. But again, this is a reminder that this weight that I'm showing you is water weight, the majority of it, because as high as it pushes itself up, it will also push itself back down. My refeed stats over the last 38 refeeds. My refeed time has been under 5 hours. My calories per refeed is a little over 4,000. What I really like about this too is this is starting to go down as well. I'm starting to find satiety around the 3,800 mark, which is really good. I wish it was lower than that, but I'll take it. My average protein per refeed still really high at over 200. But it's more than just fasting. Over the last 81 days, I have been averaging around close to 16,000 steps per day. Yesterday's step count was a little over 15,000. I'm way above my goal. My goal is to just average around 12.8 thousand steps a day. Does that mean that you need to step 15,000 steps a day? No, it doesn't. I walk a lot. I live in Chicago. I get a good amount of steps in. I take public transit everywhere. Walking is something I enjoy doing. That's my form of cardio. It's also my form of therapy. It's therapeutic for me. For me, being able to walk and just mellow out, it's nice. I like being able to do that. For you, it might not be walking. Maybe you hate walking. Maybe you enjoy jogging. Maybe you enjoy running. Maybe you enjoy the elliptical or riding a bike or playing a sport. Just know that when I talk about what I talk about, it's not just about fasting. It's working on my diet. It's working on my cardio health. It's working on my strength training. This morning, after last night's refeed, went to the gym. I lifted heavy today. Why? Because I want to make sure that I maintain my muscle. If I have the opportunity to build muscle, I'll do that as well. It's something that's really important to me because I'm paying more attention to just fasting. I know that other things will help me get to my goals. I do follow something called the 80-20 rule. What is the 80-20 rule? That means that 80% of the time I do what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm fasting, I'm keeping my calories in check, I'm getting my steps in, I'm going to the gym. 80% of the time. In the last 81 days, I have had 68 80% days. But I also have 20% days. What are 20% days? Those are the days that I'll go out with friends. I'll have a couple drinks. I'll go to a game. I'll be on vacation. I won't be paying as much attention to my calorie count. In fact, I will overeat on those days. In the last 81 days, I have had 20% days, averaging over, well, close to 6,000 calories at that point. But look at the frequency of when that happens, 20% of the time. So yeah, I might be eating a lot of calories at 5,900 calories, but that's only 16% of the time recently. In the last 2.5+ months, maybe once every 8 or 9 days, I have that happen. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to have an 80-20 day. Maybe it's 90-10. Maybe it's 75-25. Maybe you don't have to have that at all because you have your calories in check and you're just trying to get the fasting down. I'm just sharing what works for me. I like having 20% days because I get to plan for vacation. I get to plan for days off. I get to plan for going out with friends. In fact, this Friday, I have plans to go out and I'm going to be eating pretty shitty. So I have to prepare for that. Again, I'm doing what works for me. Dynamite just became a part of the Finally Fasting fam. Dynamite, thank you so much for being part of the fam. Forgot what I was going to say there. Can we throw some F's up? Maybe you have already done it. For Dynamite, thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. I think Dynamite says obsessed with the new emoji. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Okay, so where am I at here? I think I only have maybe two more slides. I do. My refeed goals. You'll see. Yeah, some days I hit under 3,000. You see those highlighted in green. My last 3 refeeds have been over that 3,000 mark. Highlighted in yellow, over 3,000, but still under 4,000. I still look at that as a win. You'll see where it's highlighted in red, where I ate over 5,000 calories that day. So it's been a mix. Listen, my diet, the way I eat, the way I control my food is difficult for me. It has continued to be difficult for me over time. But I feel like it's in a much better place today than where it was before. I need to listen. These digestive tea biscuits that I've been eating after my refeeds where I don't film it, I got to find some control. Maybe it means that I'm going to eat all 7 of them in front of the camera. If you want to know how I'm going to stop doing it, it would probably be something like that. I don't want to do that. I really don't. But I know I can't keep doing this, especially because this Friday, I'm probably going to be eating 5,000-6,000 calories. So I know that my next couple refeeds, I need to keep the calories lower than where they're at. I got to think about it. We'll see. I just want to show this last slide here, and actually maybe I'll do a full screen of this. This is my pace for October, my calorie pace for October. I've said this before. My goal for October is not a fasted length. It's not to fast for 30 some hours. It's not to fast for 60 some hours. Yes, I will still be fasting for the month of October, but my goal for October is to lose or be at a 10,500 calorie deficit. I want to lose 3 pounds of body fat. This is me saying, I do not care what the scale says. I do not care if the scale says I'm 135 or I'm 145. I don't care about that. What I care about is, can I put myself at a big enough caloric deficit to lose 3 more pounds of body fat? Because I do not care what the scale says. I care more that I am losing body fat and continuing to maintain or build muscle. I want to lose more body fat because I want to get the body fat off of my belly. So as we hop back into this screen here, if you look at where it's highlighted, this shows my pace. If you look at the very bottom, I am currently at a 35 or 3,600 calorie deficit. The calorie pace is around 3,700. So I'm close to that pace. I'm about a pound down in fat, of body fat. I need to keep working at this every single day because every single day that passes, that pace continues on. Every day I'm trying to keep a 340 calorie deficit. So I need to keep up with that pace. Doing alternate day fasts really increases that pace, but I have to be very careful on my refeeds that I don't overdo it. So that's where I'm at. Those are all the nerd stats for today. It is time to do fit check. What does fit check look like? What is fit check for me? Fit check is when I stand back here and I show you what I look like physically. Why do I do that? Because it's my accountability. I do fit check because even though I'm up in weight right now, I pushed up, I think, about 5.5 pounds this past refeed. I don't necessarily want to stand back here and show you what 5.5 pounds of extra bloat looks like, but I do it because it's my accountability. It's to show you all that I'm not going to run away from it, that I need to be accountable for it. I have to find the slides, and actually I added some extra slides, but before we do fit check, I have been overweight my entire life. As a child, here in my kindergarten picture, which I know many of you now are throwing up fit check emojis. Growing up as a kid, I was overweight. Even in my teenage years, I was already morbidly obese. I've been like this for quite some time in my 20s, in my 30s, and even in my 40s. I show those photos because it's not like I just became morbidly obese recently. This has pretty much been my entire life forever. And I show those photos because I have now lost that weight and I have kept it off. I have kept it off now for nearly 2 years. And I've done it naturally. I haven't done it through medication. I've never had GLP-1. I've never had injections. I don't take Ozempic or anything like that. I have never had weight loss surgery. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take medication. I'm not saying that you shouldn't consider GLP-1 or something like weight loss surgery. I'm not saying any of those things. I show those photos, though, so that you understand that I have been able to lose this weight on my own, by myself, even at 44 years old. A lot of times, people who might be my age or even younger might be like, there's no chance. I will never be able to fix this. When in reality, maybe you do have a chance. Maybe the reality is still there. Think about me, who has been overweight, obese, morbidly obese his entire life and has found a way to get the weight off, because I have realized that, oh, I got to change my habits. Oh, I got to be accountable because I'm eating out of emotion and I'm hiding and I'm running away. And so maybe what's missing for you is accountability. Maybe what's missing for you is just changing your habits, changing them even at a small rate. So we'll do fit check, even though I'm 6 pounds up in weight. I am currently, even at this weight right now, I can still wear these boys' clothes. This is an extra large boys shirt. If you don't know how small one of those shirts are, just go to a department store and pick up a large or an extra large, because that's what I currently wear, even as I'm 5 or 6 pounds bloated right now. We'll do a front shot here, side shot here, rear shot, side, and that's fit check. And again, I'm about 6 pounds overweight at this point. 6 pounds overweight. I'm 6 pounds up. You'll see here as I grab onto this, this is either belly fat. As I push, this is either belly fat or loose skin or a combination of the two. But at the same time, even though I know I have weight to lose or belly fat to lose, I need to be accountable and share that with you. It's important for me that you know that you still have hope when it comes to this. Don't lose hope. Fix your habits, work on it, be accountable in that way. So even though I stand here and I'm 6 pounds up in weight, I don't want to run away from it. I don't want to pretend it never happened, because you know why? This might be different from person to person, but for me, if I wasn't doing these, do you know how easy it is for me to just eat all of the cookies then, to order a pizza? Because if I didn't have to show up tonight, if I didn't have to do any coaching sessions, this becomes easier for me to slip. Is that you? Is it easy for you to slip because you don't have to show up? You don't have to be accountable for people? Think about that. Think about that when it comes to accountability. I'm going to do Q&A, question and answer. So if you have questions, you can ask them now. Even if it's not a question and you just want to talk about something, I'll try to highlight it and we can have a conversation. But in the meantime, while any of you might be asking questions, if any of you are looking for help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or like I said, accountability, think about that. If you're looking for accountability, you can do it here. But you can also go to finallyfasting.com. If you're looking for an accountability partner or an accountability coach, you can book a one-on-one session with me. We can put a game plan and a strategy together. I can hold you accountable. Does it mean I'm going to slap you on the wrist if you don't do what you say you were going to do? No. But what I am talking about is, can you show up for yourself? Can you be accountable in a different way? And listen, I'm not just saying this so you book a session with me. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to book a session with me. You don't ever have to book a session with me, right? I'm not forcing that on anyone. All I'm saying is maybe it's time to find an accountability partner. Maybe it's time to find an accountability group. Maybe it's time for you to share your accountability here in what you're doing. Look at how many people have started to find success because they realize that they can be accountable and they don't have to be all or nothing. If it's something that might help you, I would take a look. I would at least try to find accountability. Again, you can go to finallyfasting.com. We can have a conversation, or you can be here, or you can find an accountability partner. My goal is the same. My goal is to help people. That's all I want to do. I just want to be able to help people if I can, however I can. If that means that you take everything I say and you figured it out, I love that for you. I'm glad I was able to help somebody out. If only I knew what I knew. And I said this to, and I can't remember who I was talking to, who was only like 20 or 21. And they were on here, and I was like, I love that I am able to help somebody who might be in a really bad spot as early as 20, because I was 15 years old when I was already, I mean, let's be real, I was already fucked up at 15. I was already doing things to lose weight because I couldn't stop binging. And the fact that I can share that with people now and help people and maybe help them before they're in their 30s or 40s or, worse. Maybe some people don't even make it that far. I just want to be able to help people out. And that's why you'll see me answer questions and you'll see me talk to people, because if I can help you, please let me do that. Anyway, finallyfasting.com, that's something you're interested in. At the same time, if any of you are or want to support in an additional way, and I know there's been a lot of people who have been gifting memberships, but if you want to be part of the Finally Fasting fam, you can do so in the link in the description of this live stream. There is a link in the description of this live stream where you can be part of the Finally Fasting fam, or you can hit the join button on YouTube. If you don't know what I'm talking about or what it means to be part of the Finally Fasting fam, if you are, you get to get your name in the intros of these live streams. I just updated it today, so it's currently up to date, although there's a bunch of new ones now, so I'll have to update that. But you'll also, if you notice people on YouTube, they have a different color in their name. They get a badge. They get this F next to their name. They get to use custom emoji, like you've probably seen people using at this point. And it's just a way to support. If you join the higher tier, then you can join us on our Wednesday live streams. I have a second live stream on Wednesday where we have a group accountability coaching session where we all get together. Other people will jump on camera. Some people will just be on audio, and we share our journey and we share our accountability. Everyone has individualized journeys and goals, and we talk through it. It's like a group coaching session. So if you're looking for an accountability platform in a different way, where maybe you might not be comfortable talking one-on-one, maybe that might be something that might be helpful for you in a group type of way. Anyway, that's it. So I will try to answer any questions or see if there's anything anyone else wants to talk about. So let me see here. Eric says, look at those lats. I appreciate that, Eric. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Aisha asks, what time do you plan on live streaming tomorrow, Jerome? And I'm wondering if Margaret from Facebook is here asking the same question. Although I think I saw Margaret on here. That's okay. All right, Aisha, let me see. That's a great question, Aisha. I'm surprised you've never asked that before. Kidding, obviously. Let's see. Tomorrow, oh man, tomorrow's a busy day too. Actually, tomorrow might be another afternoon stream. And actually, I'm going to have to do this now so I don't forget. Tomorrow will be a later afternoon stream. We're going to do it not this late, because this is late right now. But tomorrow, I would say somewhere around 3:30 p.m. Central. I'm almost guaranteeing that time, around 3:30 p.m. Central. If it's not 3:30 p.m. Central, well, then I'm sorry. But we'll do 3:30 p.m. Central. Thank you for asking, though, because then I just blocked time off of my calendar. So thanks for the question. Barbara asks, will you still live stream in the Philippines? I will. I'll absolutely live stream in the Philippines. I still plan on doing that. Hopefully the internet will be good enough. So I do plan on doing that, Barbara. Dynamite asks, what are the biggest wins that you've seen in people you've coached? This is a good question. And you know what? I think I don't want to share too much because I want to make sure people's privacy is honored. But aside from people losing weight and actually getting to their goal weight and being in maintenance, which it's amazing to see people actually get to their goal weight and be in maintenance and keep themselves in check. I love that for them, but I think some of the bigger wins that I've seen is when people have really fixed this part. When people do look at imperfect consistency and realize that they don't have to be so hard on themselves, they don't have to beat themselves up. It's like a switch flips, and they realize that they can just live their life without feeling like they're torturing themselves every day and feeling like they're cycling in and out of, I guess, being in pleasure. And by pleasure, I'm just saying that dopamine hit, and pain, meaning that now they're pushing so hard that they can't get themselves where they need to be. But I would say that's the biggest for me. I feel like the biggest win is when people feel like they finally got it figured out. I love that for them. And, sometimes the way I look at it too is I think of it as, um, maybe the biggest win for me is when people are like, "Hey, I think I got it from here, Jerome." And I know there are people who I coach who are in maintenance right now, and we still talk regularly. And I'm not saying that they, I'm not saying they shouldn't talk to me. I guess I'm just saying too, like, I know people need that. I think people, why do you think I do this every day? This is my way of coaching myself and working with other people. This is my way to like get through the day. And that's why I continue to do this. And so I'm just saying it's nice though when people, they feel like they finally just have it figured out. So that's actually a really good question, Dynamite. I like that. I like that. This is a really good point, Happy Bunny. I tried to take pictures of what I've been eating, but there are some things I'm not portioning out and just eat without thinking. It's such a bad habit, mindless eating without any thought. And this is something that I do too. And so, even though you all watch everything I eat when I show you that, you also, in my last couple of refeeds, you don't see all those digestive tea biscuits I eat after. You don't see the Biscoff cookies I eat after. I will still record it. I will still, when I say record, I mean I will count those calories. Those calories will be included, but I will not record myself doing it. And maybe I should. And it is a bad habit. But if I decide to eat 8 of them, maybe I need to film myself eating 8 of them, even though I don't want to. It's something to think about. But I'm with you. I'm with you there. I really am. And it's like I don't want to. I'm just so glad it's that versus eating half of a cheesecake or an entire pumpkin pie. Because that is just, eating an additional 600-700 calories is a lot different than eating an additional like 3,000 calories and being blind to it. Aisha says or asks, Jerome, during your rolling 90s, did you ever experience doubt that you wouldn't drop the weight or frustration at the speed of loss, especially during stalls? I sometimes experience both. So yes and no. So even before I had a YouTube channel, here's a perfect example because Aisha, I completely relate. When I was doing rolling, at one point, I was doing rolling 168s. I was just eating once a week. I was eating every Saturday. I was living in LA at the time and I didn't have a YouTube channel. And I was trying to lose all this weight for a wedding. And I was doing rolling 168s and I did it for a month, rolling 168s for a month. And almost every week on like day 4 or 5, the weight stalled and it didn't move. And I don't know if I necessarily experienced doubt. I was frustrated because I was like, why is the scale not moving? I also didn't know what the hell I was really doing then because it was still very new for me. Like I could not wrap my head around why the weight wasn't pushing itself down. Um, but then eventually it did. And I think after the first week of stalling, and then it was just a huge drop, the same thing happened the week after, and then it dropped again. And then I think it made me a little more confident. But you're right. I have experienced both in that way. Um, there was probably a point where I'd be like, is this weight ever going to push itself down? I think the frustration was more than the doubt, though, because I think there was part of me, the logical part that said, you're eating 0 calories, like it's going to drop. I think at the time, though, I didn't know the science well enough to be like, oh, I'm holding on to water, or the body's doing whatever the body's doing. And so, yeah, that's also a really good question, Aisha. Dynamite with all of these philosophical questions. If you were transported back in time to day one, what would you do differently, if anything? To day one, you mean day one of my second restart, or day one of my first restart? Honestly, I don't know if I do anything different, because I look at day 707 and I'm so proud of where I'm at today. Yes, I was doing rolling 90s and I was pushing hard, and I was even fasting for a week, and I would roll right back into a 90, and I was very extreme. I was living a very all or nothing type lifestyle, type behavior. And I don't think I would change anything, because it taught me that I could do hard things. I could really push myself if I wanted to. But after losing 100 or after losing 80 pounds in 142 days, from day 143 to 200 to 400 to 600 to 707, I've learned so much about myself. And I feel like the only way I would have learned that is by going through what I did. So no, I don't think I would change anything. I mean, if anything, I probably would have been kinder to myself, even though I tried to remind myself to be kind to myself. But I don't think I would have changed anything except for that. Maybe be kinder to myself. That's a good question. That's a good question. Hi, fasting my way to Jen. Nice to see you on. Welcome. Welcome. Sarah says, hi, Jerome. Today is my 25th day of my not so consistent fasting. Congrats on 25 days in, Sarah. I do worse on the weekends, but trying to do OMAD and ADF during the week is a daily struggle for me with the stress eating. Sarah, I'm so proud of you for being 25 days in. I mean, I know you and I chatted, and I know this is a hard part for you. But for you to say, I'm on day 25, and for you to also realize that the weekends are difficult for you, it's an opportunity for you to learn from that. Why are the weekends hard? Is it because there's nothing to do? Is it because everyone's out eating and you're experiencing FOMO? Is it because you're bored, or you just want to enjoy yourself and feel like a normal human being? I think all of these things are common things that we all experience. But I think for you to even just know that and make small changes, you're going to rewire your brain. You are going to change your habits over time, because you're 25 days in, Sarah. Imagine what it was like when you were day one in. Were you even thinking about these things, or were you just cycling through all or nothing? I obviously don't know everything or what you've been going through, but my hope is when you answer that question, you're like, yeah, I have changed, or these habits have changed. I've done different things for myself. So thank you for sharing with us, Sarah. Thank you. Sarah also asks, how do you keep going when you have cravings throughout the day? So my cravings are a lot more minimal today. They're not as strong as they used to be when I was doing 90s, but that's also because I think I'm only eating or fasting every other day. But when I do 65s, the cravings get pretty strong. And usually, what I end up doing, I do all the things that I do now. I'll have a 0 calorie drink, like a Coke Zero, maybe one, maybe two, maybe more. But if that helps keep the craving away, I'll do it. Another thing, though, that I've been doing is my routine. I'm up early, I get my workouts in. By the time it hits like around 10 p.m. at night, I'm starting to fall asleep. So it makes it easier for me. I keep really busy throughout the day. Having a very busy schedule makes time fly. But when I'm like craving, outside of a 0 calorie drink and I have free time, I will literally binge watch people eating food. I watch Beard Meets Food. I watch this guy named Joel Hansen, who's actually going through some things right now, but I watch him. I watch Eric the Electric. I watch Katina Eats Kilos. And for some reason, watching people eat food, it like shuts that part of the brain off for me. But that's what I do. So hopefully that's helpful, Sarah. Congrats though on pushing on. Miss Peaceful One with a $5 super chat. I almost said your name there. Miss Peaceful One, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate your continued support as always. Miss Peaceful One says, it's a beautiful thing to see all the green font for the members in the chat. There are a lot of Finally Fasting fam members. It's a little wild to me. It's because of your hashtag imperfect consistency and making the decision to show up. I couldn't agree more. But also, all of you are so kind and supportful. It's ridiculous. There's so much support today. So, Miss Peaceful One, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for continuing to show up. Thank you for your imperfect consistency and sharing with others as well. I love that for you. So, thank you. Thank you for the support as always. I totally missed Andre with a $3 super sticker. Andre, thank you for your support as always as well. Love seeing you here. I don't know what that super sticker looks like just yet, Andre, but I will take a look at it later. Thank you so much for your support as well. I appreciate you. Thank you, Andre. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm scrolling back up here. I might have lost my place. Okay, I think I'm good now. Sorry, if you just came in, I'm reading comments and I'm answering questions. So if you have questions, please ask. I don't know if I'm going to get to all the questions. We're almost at 2 hours into this. Willis says, Jerome, what if you plan to wait? To eat the 8 extra cookies. And then if you feel up to it, only eat 7. So I did think about this too. And so actually, I was going to share this tomorrow, but I'll share this with you today. So here's the thing. I've noticed my last 3 refeeds have been around 3,800, 3,700, 3,800. They've all been around the same. So I told myself, tomorrow, you can eat 8 million cookies if you want, but you cannot go over 3,500 calories. So I'm giving myself, I know I give myself a cap at 3,000. That's really what my goal is. But I also know that even at 3,500 calories or even at 3,800 calories, I'm still losing weight because I'm fasting every other day. In fact, if I continue to eat 3,800 calories at every refeed, I'm going to get to my goal of 3 pounds of body fat by the end of the month. But I want to eat less because I also, this next Friday, I'm having a 20% day where I'm probably going to be eating 5,000 or 6,000 calories, and I need to keep the calories down. So I really like that idea, Willis. That's actually a really great tool to use and something that I will try to implement. but also my goal tomorrow is if I eat over 3,000, I want to keep it under 3,500. So that's my goal tomorrow too. I like that though, Willis. That's a great thing to point out. And a great tip for anybody that's here as well is sometimes it just means doing a little less. And it doesn't mean that every single time it's going to be less and less and less. It can be. It's a great way to do it. But I also want people to remember, just because you can't do less and less and less every time doesn't mean that you fail. All it means is you're rewiring your brain to do hard things over and over and over. Lucy says, how did you get through the 168-hour fasts? I don't know if you were asking me, but for me, I just did it because I was very motivated. I was in a very all or nothing mindset. I had a suit I had to fit into. And even in past 168-hour fasts, I was accountable online. I had hundreds, if not thousands of people that were watching my videos, and I didn't want to let people down. And so that was my motivation then. It's different for everyone. So that's what made me do it before. I don't know today. I mean, I'm sure if I really wanted to do a 7-day fast, probably, but the motivation is not the same today as it was then. Ayo says, first time on live. Ayo, nice to see you. Excellent job. It's 2 a.m. here in London. Ayo, why are you awake at 2 a.m.? It's time for bed. Ayo, I appreciate the support. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Okay, let me see if there's anything else here. Clarissa says, just started fasting today. 30 minutes in, feeling great so far. Clarissa, congrats on being 30 minutes in. I don't know if that's a troll thing, because I mean, most of us get 6 hours or 4 hours, even if we're sleeping. And I say this to people, if you're fasting or if you're sleeping, you're already fasting. So congrats on being 30 minutes in if you're actually not trolling, but you know, keep us posted. Keep us posted. Okay. Dynamite, I'm not answering that question. I think I've recreated that smile before. Okay. The Hearts and Cake says, haven't got to catch a live before. I usually watch the replays. The Hearts and Cake, welcome. Nice to see you. I've been doing ADF for a year. Oh, you've been doing ADF for a year and a half. You're down 70 pounds. Congrats, the Hearts and Cake. I really enjoy your content and your transparency. You're very welcome. Congrats to you on doing ADF for a year and a half. Anybody who's here right now, perfect example of somebody doing something consistent and finding success. I love that for you, the Hearts and Cake. 70 pounds down, doing ADF. This is also a reminder to people, you don't have to fast 3 days, 5 days, 1 week. Sometimes it's just a matter of finding something that works and continuing to do it. It doesn't have to be the longest fast. It doesn't have to be the cleanest refeed all the time. So thank you for sharing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Everyone, I'm almost 2 hours in. It's time for me to wrap things up. Before I go, I have a lot of people to thank. Wanda, thank you for the huge, generous donation as always. Ingrid L, thank you for all the gifted memberships. GYS, thank you for the generous donation as well. Afia, and I think you might have said in a chat earlier, maybe I missed it, but I think you said Christine or Catherine, I forgot. But Afia, thank you for the huge donation as well. I appreciate you. Uncle Reggie, you're crazy. Thank you for all the gifted donations. Mike, appreciate you. Dynamite, thanks for being a new member. Andre, thank you for your donation as well. And Miss Peaceful One, thank you so much for all the donations today. I appreciate all of the support. To all my Finally Fasting fam members, to all the ones here in green who are part of the Finally Fasting fam, thank you so much for your additional support. And to everyone here who and to everyone who's here every day. Thank you to all my regulars. Thank you for being kind and supportive to everyone. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for sharing your accountability. Andre, geez, I can't even say goodbye completely. Andre with another $10 super chat. J-Man, this chat reminds me of your wedding whiteboard days. Andre's been here for so long. Andre knows the whiteboard days. I'll have to share the whiteboard days with all of you someday as well. You've changed so much on your journey. Andre, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for being here for so long. I appreciate you. Thank you for the donation, the additional donation as well. And I think that's it. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you so much. We're going to do this again tomorrow around 3:30 p.m. Central. I think that's what I said. That's it. That's all I got for today. Y'all, you guys were crazy with the donations today. I cannot be more thankful. Thank you so much to all of you. Let's do this again tomorrow. Let's not lose sight of what's important here. It's your health and your happiness. Mine too. We're doing this together. You're not alone. Remember, I'm fasted all day today. If you're struggling right now, remember, we're doing this together. We're doing this together. You're not alone. All right, that's all I got. It's a lot of talking. I'm going to do my obligatory wave. Again, thank you so much. We're going to do this tomorrow. You're not alone. I will see you soon. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.